that's me. Hey, you seeing me and you're following FYP, YT, YMCMB, AMG, DDG, blah blah blah, because it's more Saga episode, whatever. But we know we enjoy it, and it can, yeah. So yeah, let's get it, because I know some of you are here for the. Speaking of being here because you like being here, do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tanata Marimira, like my videos, engage, and also like this video that you're seeing on TikTok, the video that you're seeing on YouTube. Tongue twisting, but anyway, don't forget to do that. And yeah, do you like my hair? Do you like my hair? So this is actually some of the hair that I'm selling. Yeah, it really be like that. So I'm gonna attach a little video over here so that you can see the 360 of the wig. But yeah, I'm telling this, it's going for 575, 100% human hair. It's a Brazilian, it's a pixie for 575 rand. I also have them Ari Kelly, they're going for 550 rand. So yeah, take my number, text me, call me, tell me what you want, order, pay, and then I'm gonna deliver to you, okay? Yeah, so yeah, let's get started, guys. I don't know why my voice is sounding raspy, but I know y'all can hear me, okay? Nasi tishamuti. Damn, YouTube. Just give me a second. Yolanda Makwatsine said I should use her name. So Nasi, you're going to be using the name Yolanda, right? So yeah, Yolanda, Yakamira Segudaiso. Like, why do people do this thing? Like, my story goes like this, but I mean, it's funny. So let's just do it, okay? Yolanda was in high school, and at that time she was in high school, and anga kuita form 5 and lower 6, and when she was in lower 6 she started doing my arts. She had a teacher I made her literature. So this teacher was a man, and he was about 26 years of age, so he was a bit young compared to, like, the traditional ages that my teacher, because she's kind of my age. So you can only imagine, like, time you attend a school, the type of ages would see them as teachers. So they really got along na teacher wacho, and she was very good when it comes to I gonna literature. Like Munu it was young class with when Yolanda is there, we sorted, we get a moment for the AL. Like, I don't know why you're not buying this, but like, why? Anyway, when he said it was Yolanda Chibaba literature, right? So obviously, you know how it is when you're a very good student, you slowly just become a teacher's favorite student. I mean, that's just how it is, right? Ari favorite student, yeah, teacher, he'll be like, listen, Yolanda, and upper 600, what do you think of this? Because at the end of the day, literature is not about, oh, you young. Literature is just about, you just have this constructive criticism type of thing inside of you, that insight. So she would help him out with also, and sometimes the teacher would actually give my students bukra Yolanda, Yolanda, kuma upper 6, So she says, I slowly started falling for this man. Like, I would have oh, my crush is Lee Min Ho. If you don't know Lee Min Ho, I'm really sorry. You're too young for me, okay? But yeah, people be like, oh, I have a crush on Lee Min Ho. I have a crush on Soldier Boy and stuff like that. For her crush was Mr. Toati Mistani. I don't know, man. We're gonna call him Mr. Mike. Yeah, we're just gonna call him Mr. Mike, right? So she had a crush on Mr. Big Mike, right? Let's put it that way. And eventually she says she started having dreams of Mr. Mike. You already know the type of dreams, you're not gonna get into it, okay? So yeah, she started having fancy dreams about Mr. Big Mike, and eventually that dream started feeling more real. It was like the blessed to her, and then eventually I was like, you know what, let me just try my luck. And then she just told, said, you're the most good looking teacher pana, but like, people were just in class, pana paper team teacher ninga nita nikudzidzisa mumbeta ka break kangege siesta tambo relaxa. So she said, you're the most good looking teacher pana, but the students are like, yes sir. So after class another class, teacher voted, Yolanda, can you please remain behind? So it was normal to people because Yolanda was a good student, so they just thought maybe on it and stuff like that. And Iovato sort of say, she goes, do you really think I look good? She goes, yeah, you look good, baby. I know you look good. And she's like, yeah, say you really do what? Look good. Just a second. And then Mr. Big Mike is like, well, it's funny that you say that, because I also feel like, you look good and da. Eventually, the point is, here and Mr. Big Mike, that day was the first day they got intimate. Not like the other intimate, just like, that type of thing. Just a second, present mom duties. Yes, my love. Okay, so basically, her and Mr. Big Mike started dating, and Angato official girlfriend Diabo. But obviously, it was a whatchamacallit. Nobody had to know because that's definitely against the law and the rules and everything. She's under 18, he's 26. It just doesn't look good. He's a student. He's a teacher. She's a student. You know how it goes. So it was like we gotta sign a little NDA. Obviously, it's not physical, but y'all both know it's a non-disclosure agreement type of thing. So let's go what they were doing, a NDA. Anyway, so yeah, that's what started happening, and they're dating and dating. So Pagas and Aku holiday, she started hanging out. Mr. Big Mike should go to his house, they would hang out, everything is Ari. And eventually she moved on to upper six, Abanita upper six yake. Agdauno Pinam second term upper six yake. She visited Danny, Mr. Big Mike. I forgot to tell you. So you remember now I got my prefects GGG. Y'all still remember the criteria they used to give my prefects and stuff? Well, yeah, Yolanda was a prefect. If anything, she was a head girl of the school. So because she's a figure who's obviously going to be known, we are not even going to disclose the name of the what? The school. Yeah, but she was a head girl. I know. I was like, girl, y'all be risking and shit. Anyway, ndoba akuda second term, then she went kunona Mr. Big Mike holiday kuthi makwenda ku second term holiday kuthi makwenda second. I don't know why I didn't put a stopper, but ashitazi what my diamond earrings, my diamond, at least I don't know musi, like at least I have them insured for like 50,000 rand. Sorry, I meant 75,000 rand, because Kim Kardashian were insured for $75,000, so mine were insured for 75,000 rand. Yeah, shout out to American Swister. Anyway, ndoba anikugina ndoba aenda unovaona makudopinda kuti munovhura kuna me. Exactly, she went to visit Mr. Big Mike, and akuchikoro around June she realized she's starting to feel funny, things are just happening. And that's when she just told a close friend of hers, good, I've been feeling funny, girl, but I don't know how to tell you. And then the friend is like, girl, I got big sisters, so what's going on? Shkanzi, can I get one of your big sisters to like talk to me? I need to talk to him. I just need to tell him a few things. And the friend is like, no worries, we're just gonna call that friend who? Tanya. Of course, you know me. So Tanya was like, don't worry, girl, I got you. You can talk to my sister. Let me talk to my sister so she can talk to you, and then we can talk together, and my people, your people, top shit. Anyway, Ndovazo Tarani, sister Tanya. Sister Tanya Charity Peshi. Oh, so the sister eventually, the sister's friend, the friend's sister that Chetani Peshi. So Peshi talks to Yolanda. Yolanda, listen, shout out to Peshi as well. Yolanda, I feel like you is pregnant, so let's get tested. She tests, and then she realizes she's pregnant, and she's like, listen, I'm not gonna disclose who the baby daddy is, but I'ma handle it. And then they're like, okay, cool, ready when you are to tell us whatever. And then she tells Mr. Big Mike. Mr. Big Mike is like, no, it can't be. Like, you can't be pregnant. And at that time, Mr. Big Mike is like, I know no one who can help us take care of the situation. Bear in mind, this is like in 2010. You know what I mean? 2010. And, oh, just a second again. Oh, Lord, you gotta take care of those babies. Gotta take care of them babies. I take care of my baby. Anyway, carry on. So Mr. Big Mike is like, no, you can't be doing that. So we need to get rid of the baby. If it means you gotta use a hanger and stuff like that, yeah. So that's what happened. And she's just like, you again, she tells Tanya tells Peshi, and then Peshi's like, listen, I know a guy that knows a guy that knew a guy that knows a guy. And then Yolanda goes back to Mr. Big Mike. Mr. Big Mike is like, okay, could just here go teach Imadi. So she goes to him, and then she says, oh, once it's $200. He's like, well, I don't have that type of money, but I only have $100. Can we give him another 1 month? And but I could like right now. And she's like, well, I told myself I love this man, so Tanya and Peshi were ready, and I told them, no, don't worry, me and baby daddy worked it out, and he said he's gonna marry me and stuff like that. And then they're like, oh, okay, cool, we love it for you. In the matter that I say that, because I'm like, listen, one way or the other, this mean fina marry me, put the dane make him marry me. So she's like, no, my uni, uzoshatile nami, he's gonna marry me. Eventually, she starts showing, and people in school are talking. People start talking to the extent to the senior lady, my senior master and my senior mistress. The senior lady calls her and says, "Girl, you need to lift your jersey up. What's going on?" And that's when she sees a full-blown belly about to give birth. In the even test, and they realize the baby's even starting to start to crown. That's how big it was. And Mr. Big Mike had left the school a week before this investigation was done. So he left the school, and then she was asked, a senior lady, who your main is. And then, they obviously ask around, and then everyone at school was like, and I'm not done. So obviously this no boy say but it's obviously or something. And it's very unfortunate, but they had to call the parents. My parents are Yolanda, it's moms are like on some ape shit type shit. So one particular person who was the vice head girl said, "Listen, I got a feeling I know who the owner is. Don't you find it suspicious? Because me I them the spy and talk say this woman got a belly for the teacher. I did the teacher. Yeah. She get belly for the teacher." So everyone is like, you onto something. Because Vice said girls like, didn't you find it suspicious how she always was in the office and stuff like that? What would remove him from the odds of him being the baby daddy? That's when the teacher was investigated. He was tracked. And she was like, "Listen, I know where he stays." She goes quiet, put her agenda kuchinzi kumba kwa Mr. Big Mike. And then she realizes pano cheka kwenda kumba chichi kunoaratidza. That's when the headmaster, headmistress, vice, everybody there is like, "Girl, we know where he stayed. That's not his place. That was accommodation. That's not his actual residence." So she's like, "Huh?" And then they're like, "Yeah. Matter of fact, that man is married. And you know what? He's not even 26. That man pushing 33, girl. He got a wife and 2 kids, and the wife is actually pregnant right now. So yeah, we need to go." They had to travel. The parents, the senior leadership, the matron, everybody was around. So, not matron is in boarding school type of matron. Some schools have my school nurses, so they just call them matrons as well. That one, in Gati's sister. So they go, they arrive, and then they find the wife at Tori Point with her big belly, and and she's just like, "Sorry, what's going on?" And that's when people spew the beans. They spilled the beans, and after they spilled the beans, guess what? She fainted. Vakafenda. Vakawasanotsva mweya ukabuda vakatofenda. And she went into early labor, and eventually she gave birth, and over BP koko, and that's another story. We're gonna get to that part in a way. But pakazo tragwa Mr. Big Mike wanga to endo kunodzisa kumamisha ikoko, and that's when they do an investigation. Vatori papo, mind you, he had just been there at that school for a week. They found out this guy already has a girl he's dating, and she's an upper 6 as well. And that girl was told, "Sukana no monto, because he's got a wife and he's got another baby mama coming through, so you better get out of the equation." Obviously, an investigation was done, evidence was found and everything, and he was arrested. Now, let's go back to Yolanda. Yolanda eventually gives birth. Mama gotta take care of her baby. So, okay. I don't remember Nanda Papi, but I have a feeling Nanda Tarabekti, she eventually gives birth. I hope I did say that. Eventually she gives birth. Yes, Mama. All right. Just a second. She gives birth a few weeks after. There was not much investigation to be done because the evidence was just as clear as a crystal ball, because she gave birth one of her tests, and then it was confirmed to 1 hour and all that stuff. So there wasn't like trial and stuff like that. And my cases are gonna, so I want to body because they like give a bad picture to the Zim education system. I hope you guys know. So those ones are done in silento. You know what I mean? So yeah. Now she goes for a checkup just after Jaramana, and she's told, "Listen, we just need to do a couple of tests somehow, because we're seeing there's something a bit odd about this child." And that's when they realized when she gave birth to this child, she actually was HIV positive, and she was infected by the guy. Now let me bring back Gulez. Remember Gulez gave birth of Abatwa BP. A couple of days after work went dog check up, that's when it was realized that she contracted HIV as well. And it was also shown that it came from Mr. Big Mike. That's when they realized that Mr. Big Mike was doing a lot of things. So sometimes when he was at work, like residents, he would call those ladies, those ladies. Yeah, he would do things, he would sleep with other students as well and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how it went. But listen, she did not know there was a wife. The reason I'm sharing this particular story is it's not all the time that people know that they're the small house, all right? But I'm yet to be done. So she gives birth and they realize she's positive. Luckily, Wana anakuinfectwa, and she starts giving Wana formula after that and stuff like that, and they keep doing checks on Wana and Wana is healthy. Eventually, because they realized there was consent and whatever, this guy only saved 5 years. He came out after 5 years. He apologized to the wife. He apologized to Yolanda, and Yolanda is like, no worries. And guess what? Yolanda was waiting on Amy, and she said, I was waiting on you because I can't picture myself loving anyone else who's not you, especially because you are the father of my son. So she starts dating Mr. Big Mike, knowing he's got a wife with 3 kids, and she says, I don't care, he's the father of my kid also deserves to see his parents together, so Gulez needs to come to terms with me being in the picture. It was literally a Matipa type of situation. She says the polygamist really triggered her because that's what happened in her case. Let me tell you, she does eventually get married because Gulez is tired of this back and forth, fighting for the men. Remember, they had kids. The last one, Gulez and Yolanda, they were literally ghetto twins. They had a difference of like 3 weeks or a month, something like that. So, the attention was just like drawn, and then Gulez was like, can she just move so that, you know what I mean? So eventually she gets married. They do things the right way. She gets married over Tango Gararese. And not only that, he goes on to impregnate someone else. Now there's someone else weird. But let me tell you, his friend wekubasa kwanga kushanda now angaendeswa kupoli because they're like, you cannot work with children, so he was sent kupoli. Now he was working kupoli. His friend, who was a colleague of his, angatoro lecturer papoli pangari papo, had a girlfriend. He eventually starts dating the girlfriend, who was a student here papoli papo, but she was like 21, 22. He starts dating her, and she also falls pregnant, and she says, I cannot afford to be a baby mama, so add me to the equation. She comes, literally Essie, Joyce, Matipa type of situation. So yeah, this is what the polygamist gave us. It led to us getting a juicy story like this one. I hope you guys learn. No, I really do hope you learn. I know it's entertainment purposes, but it's also educational purposes. Okay? Yes, Mama Sita. Oh yeah? Yeah, so that's what happened, guys. That's our small saga episode. Like I said, we'll see. Lately, I haven't been getting what I really want. I said people were dealing with men on a spiritual level. Lately, I haven't been getting those. So, we'll see is on hold until tawana nyayeno enderana nezvatakati tikuda when we are talking about vaosi Juicy as well. Remember what I said. So yeah, we're gonna come with a mysterious place, and we're gonna come with some conspiracy theories next week. Okay, I hope you guys do take care, and yeah, the month is ended. Don't forget to buy your wigs. Come on, I mean, look at me. I don't sell what I do not wear. Yeah, well. And it's saying so if you see me with something, best believe it's also the type of thing I would also wear. And yeah, this just proves it. Okay, this is actually glueless, but it varies because of head size. So sometimes I fit it completely in people's heads. As you can see, my head is small, so it didn't really fit, so I had to use a glue, but not like gluing where I just a spray, because especially my corners, I really needed to stick it. But if you have a big head, or if you can actually customize it, like but just a bit mukati, then you're good to go. But yeah, bye bye guys. Enjoy your weekend. Lovely. Bye bye.